Well, here we are, and you can't see anything right now. We are back in the Dolly Sods region, Monongahela National Forest. How's it going?
It's cold.
Describe the situation right now.
Cold rain.
It's low 40s, rainy, windy. If you've never been to Dolly Sods, we've got videos here.
It's pretty standard.
It's alpine environment, it's cold. We're meeting up with some people. We got Sam in the mix.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good little weekend.
So we don't know what's gonna happen. So I'm trying to paint an accurate picture of what's about to happen. So it's pitch black. It's what, spitting, raining. Like 40 degrees, windy. So Dolly Sods is wide open. So there's basically no cover, you're totally exposed. So we're gonna hike down into the exposed area right now, and there's a good campsite we stayed at last time we were here that we're gunning for. Somewhat extreme conditions right now, but that's Dolly Sods. Nylon man!
You just look like a walking nylon. You've got nylon gloves, rain jacket, and rain skirt.
Hey man, we're in the Sods, dude.
Yeah.
This is some serious weather. Tomorrow it's supposed to be literally 20 to 25 degrees colder. So
yeah.
I mean, hey, it can't all be sunshine and rainbows.
Well, you know.
I guess sometimes it's mud and wind and rain and death and bears. Doing the final gear test here. Sam's ready to roll. Andy's ready to roll. We're gonna get in there, do some night hiking, and not die.
All right, guys.
You guys ready to do some hiking?
Let's do some hiking, Sam.
You
ready to do some hiking?
Yeah.
You ready to do some hiking?
Man,
Yeah,
I've never felt better.
Look at, we already have a nice little stream crossing right here. Let's do some hiking.
Let's do some hiking. There's no car coming. This is what we're looking like here. Just trying to find the Bear Rocks Trail. Andy's kind of a beacon with that red. Sam, you guys can hear that wind. Sam's back there. I kind of get the feeling we should all be tethered together. But we're just searching for this trailhead right now. And it's only 6:15, so. You ready to roll? How you feeling?
Feeling fine.
Yeah?
You guys feel good?
Feel pretty good, actually. Always love coming back to the Sods. Found it. You know, it's hard to see. It's pretty muddy, pretty windy. It's about as wet as we thought it would be. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Well, it's about what we expected. Just completely waterlogged. You can see trunching through this, and it is cold. But the boys are still making their way. All right, we are there. Oh man, that's a triplex?
Big.
That's a big one.
It is.
Don't worry, I don't snore. We got light AF here. Oh,
That triplex is 12 inches bigger than mine.
that's what she said? So we just got here. We smelt the beauty of the campfire provided by these two. Beautiful.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing now? Oh, and you're keeping us cozy? Oh, that looks good.
Oh yeah, it's nice.
Where's Andy? Oh, he's over there.
So how was your guys' trip in there?
Complicated. It was complicated.
Well, we had trouble in the daylight, so we can only imagine you guys. In the dark.
Well, all right. I'm in the hammock, as you can tell, and not a lot of hanging out tonight. So we got into camp. It took us about 55 minutes to get here, and it's like a mile. So we got lost. We couldn't find the trail. It was pitch black. Luckily we had both GPS systems going, so we righted our way pretty quick. So anyway, we got down about a mile into the Bear Rocks Trail, and luckily, Goat, Restless Outdoors, and Chris from Light AF were already here, and they had a fire going, and we could smell the campfire probably like a quarter mile away, so we knew we were getting close. And it was basically like 7 p.m., pitch black, raining, like 35 degrees. We got to camp, got set up. Thank God they had stuff going. So obviously didn't shoot a lot of footage because it's hailing now. it's gonna drop below freezing and it's windy and the hammocks are so comfortable. So I'll go through the gear setups tomorrow, but quick night for us. This is 4:30 in the morning. I can't even show you outside right now. I don't even know if you can hear that. It's just been sustained winds of 40 to 50 miles an hour all night, and it's snowing, and it is hilarious. And like, you can see the camera shaking. The trees in the hammock have just been shaking all night. It feels like we're in Mars or something. I don't know. I'll show you all video here in a couple hours. But like right now, like I'm under the quilt. I can't physically pull this thing off me because the wind is so strong. Good morning. What a terrible night that was. Something's wrong with my underquilt. I don't know what it is. So I touched base at 4:30, and basically it was like 32 when we went to bed. I don't know what it is. I think it's like 14 right now, and the 30, 40, 50 mile an hour winds are still going. So something's jacked up with my underquilt. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I tinkered with the suspension too much, but it kept sliding off me all night, so I didn't sleep at all. You can hear that right now. It is blustering. Went to bed in rain. Woke up to snow. I brought boots and frozen solid. Good morning.
It's nippy out here.
Hey Andy, how'd you sleep?
Slept good.
You slept good?
No.
I slept awful.
No. I slept bad, but I was warm, so that was good.
I was not warm. I had to re-stake my tarp out several times. My underquilt suspension
I
is
did
effed.
too, yeah.
I don't know. It won't stay on me.
Dude, chameleon with the pack hooks, man.
I know.
Everything. Now I'm basically walking on 2 blocks of ice.
Wait, pick up one of my shoes.
I know. Mine are just like.
How'd you sleep? Oh, look at that. I woke up and my pack had opened, and like everything was just strewn about. It's like I had to find my like top to my thing. Oh man. Yeah. All right, take a look at these bad boys. Oh, those are frozen solid. Oh my God. Everything's frozen. Pack's frozen. Shoes are frozen. Water's frozen. We're all frozen. Yeah? Feeling good? Keep it PC. You're on camera.
What are we gonna do today?
Get warm.
Trying to get warm, trying to make some coffee, maybe make some eggs.
Everybody survived. What's the actual temperature? Do we know?
I think like -30.
What do you think with the wind chill?
It was 20. I checked my watch.
It's 20 right now. So with the wind chill, it's probably like -10.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
Man, hey, good camp tour there.
I was actually warm, like when I stopped moving and like everything was nice. I got really warm. Then as soon as stuff started
God, it is pretty though. It is really pretty. Here's the trail. Looks like a creek. Andy's got the coffee going.
I can't get my lighter.
Dude, look at the wind taking that pocket rocket. So we're currently trying to figure out what to do here.
It's a little too cold for us.
We're gonna have to alter some plans in some capacity. Everybody's shoes are frozen. Everybody's everything is frozen actually.
Yeah, my sleeping system was warm though, so that was good. It's just the problem is that I don't have a good option for standing around camp.
Hey, these down booties though with shells.
Yeah, these
oh
are,
my God.
Yeah, and hold on a second. These are goats, and he let me borrow them, but they've got these rubber bottoms to it. Oh, it's really
I
thick.
just have the grip stop. What are your thoughts of the sods?
Well, looks familiar. It's a lot colder than I remember, and I hope I can make it through the day.
Me too.
Don't want to get my feet wet.
Yeah. All right, let's take a morning gear tour.
Let's tour the gear.
We got goats set up here. Goat was hooting all night, and I thought it was an owl. I can't believe that was you.
Good times.
It's a nice tarp.
What tarp is this?
Hammock gear.
Hammock gear? Oh, it's the camel one. What
Oh,
doors?
nice.
What doors, man? Yeah.
Andy's set up. The 10 degree, got the Florida Gators color. God, you guys can hear that wind.
Got the top cover on.
How happy were you with the top cover?
Top cover made a huge difference, actually.
Yeah.
It really did make a difference. I got a little bit of condensation on the top of my sleeping bag, my quilt, but other than that, it was good.
Hey, man.
What's up, dude? Hey, I got my shoes on.
Yeah?
I kind of regret it now.
Your feet are going to be cold in about 10 minutes.
They're already cold right now.
Oh.
I'm like, son of a gun, I should have just kept my socks on.
But you don't have socks on?
No, I got socks on. Are you kidding me?
I was like, what?
Just cut the shoes off. How'd you sleep there, Sonny?
I'm trying to debate if it's the worst night I've ever had in a hammock.
Yeah. It wouldn't be bad if it wasn't for this wind.
It was the wind. The wind
Yeah.
was effectively cutting straight through my underquilt.
Yeah.
You didn't have you should have Goat called me out on this. You should have put your tarp lower.
I know, yes. At 4 a.m. when I was
Yeah, 'cause didn't you
restaking
have it
it
in
out.
porch mode?
Yeah, I had a porch mode, took that down, and then
Okay.
I was restaking it like 4 a.m. I was like, I should just lower it, but I
Yeah.
was too lazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Getting some coffee. Man, every year we talk about how much we hate winter camping, and every year we find ourselves out doing it.
Rain damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, brain damage. This has got to be colder than the last time you were here, right?
No, we were in the 20s, but the wind was. This is what really kind of takes the cake. If it wasn't for the wind, it'd be fine.
Yeah.
But
You got Andy trying out some new pack tech. See, this is the benefits of going hiking with light AF. I do like that fanny pack a lot.
yeah, that might be frozen.
Nice.
This is 5 ounce.
Oh,
It'll fit a 1. I don't know that it will fit a 1. I guess it will.
you look ready to roll.
This is so comfortable. I freaking
Yeah, I like the fanny
I like
pack
the
idea a
fanny
lot. Way better than the hip belt pockets.
It has a lot of room for snacks and chapstick.
Yeah. All right, sun is coming out. You see behind me. We've been hanging out with the light AF guy with Chris, checking out his packs. They're pretty sweet. We might have to add those to the inventory. We're getting stuff going here. There's no like, we've been just talking BSing. There's no like making coffee, cooking food. It's too windy. Stoves aren't working. So we're gonna start packing stuff up. The original plan was to stay another night's night. I don't think that's happening. I got some underquilt issues and some other people have some gear issues, so we're considering actually driving to another place for tonight. I don't know, but we're gonna get going. So the wind got so bad last night I had to come out and put rocks down on all the tie outs because my tarp kept popping out probably 2 or 3 times at like 2 and 3 in the morning, so I had to come out in the pitch black and hammer it down and put some rocks on it because it was just so windy. Well, this is what we're dealing with here. My shoes are frozen, so I'm hiking in my boots, which is a terrible decision, but that's where we were. It's super windy. I don't even know if you guys can hear anything. I'm just hiking in camp right now, trying to get out of this wind.
We got an issue, and luckily we're only a mile away from the car.
You know, it's not that bad.
Kevin is no joke.
I mean, my toes feel fantastic.
He's hiking in the goose feet gear down booties with the overshoes because I'm not even kidding you. His trail runners can't even get his foot in it. They're frozen.
Yeah,
so
they're just
solid.
frozen solid. So luckily I can see the parking lot.
Yeah, we can see the parking lot, so that's good.
I feel like I might be starting a new hiking trend.
You know, if Goat was nice,
Booty.
he'd give you the rubber ones.
It's fine, dude.
Typical Dolly Sods fashion, this is the trail. There's goat. Yeah, I think this is the good way right here. Going up a hill. And that's where we're going. Folks, this is why you come to Dolly Sods. Just look how amazing this is. I mean, it's cold, snowy, windy, but it's absolutely gorgeous. It's rough country, but it's beautiful. The winter sods is in full effect right now. How you feeling?
Okay, now that we're moving.
I know, it's much better now that we're moving.
My feet are starting to warm up. Miserable.
Yeah, are your things still frozen?
They're frozen, but my feet are starting to warm. Are your feet warm at least?
Oh, they feel great! Yeah!
Got nothing, dude.
Man, look at that. Great improvements. Woo! God, you guys can hear that wind.
So the original plan was to hike up to Lion's Head today and then camp up there. But the winds, so last time we were here, if you check out that video, we stayed up there by Lion's Head and it was so windy, and that was in summer. And with the winds we've been experiencing, I mean, we've had gusts, 50, 60 mile an hour gusts. So up there, it just would not be a feasible place to camp. So you can see this place gets legit dangerous. Ooh, the sods! Oh, that's good there. When the sun comes out, I'm thinking
Well, obviously
That was fun.
that was fun, and we're obviously still not out in Dolly Sods. We wanted to just debrief a little bit about that trip. We've been thinking about it, and we obviously pulled out a night early, and we want to talk about why, and mainly about what we learned from that trip.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting is I think everybody out there's probably got those trips that don't turn out that great, and then you just have to make some decisions on the fly, especially when you're not having fun. So this is going to be one of those trips.
So what happened was, initially we were planning on spending 2 nights down at Dolly Sods. The first night in an area up in the northern Sods, which is where we stayed, and the second night we were going to hike around all day and stay at the top of Lion's Head. After the first night, we all, as a group, there were 6 of us, decided there was no chance of that happening.
Yeah, I think everyone woke up the next morning trying to figure out how we were going to make this trip work, and I think the general consensus was like, we just got to pull it.
It wasn't worth it. Nobody was having fun.
Yeah, nobody was having fun at this point. Maybe Goat was, I don't know.
Goat actually seemed like he was having fun.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the weather. So the weather was obviously the biggest factor. The weather was the reason we pulled the plug, and mainly it was wind, and that is a new thing for us. We've been to Dolly Sods, we've been windy camping, but the wind there, if you follow us on Instagram, you'll see you were looking at gusts of like 70, 80 miles an hour in the exposed areas. Now we were camping in the trees.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know we don't know what the actual
measure it.
We don't know what the actual winds were being measured at, but the gusts were absolutely no joke. The gusts were actually enough to knock you down.
They were knocking people down,
yeah,
which was hilarious. The wind was ripping our stakes out of the ground consistently, even in the trees.
Yeah, and you know what else? At night, the wind was shaking the trees so much that the hammocks were bouncing around.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
Yeah, and everybody experienced it, and actually, it prevented you from sleeping because your hammocks were just bouncing all night long. It was crazy. I've never been in something like that before.
And wind, normally, like, it's fine, but coupled with the fact that it was below 20 degrees outside, we pulled the plug, and it was mainly wind related, which was really weird.
Well, I mean, so those of you that have been to Dolly Sods, you know that it's famous for how flooded the trails are.
Mm-hmm.
So when we
That was another factor.
yeah, when we walk in on Friday night and the trails were basically rivers.
Which we knew. We knew that would be the
Yeah.
case.
And then the next morning you wake up and everything's a solid sheet of ice. Like all the trails were a solid sheet of ice, so you have to bushwhack around most of the trails. And then you add wind on top of that, it made it for brutal hiking conditions.
You know, let's talk about, I guess, what we learned.
So I think we definitely had some gear issues. I wore waterproof boots there, you know, because I knew I know Dolly Sods and I knew it was going to be cold too, so I was going to try to do everything I can to keep my feet dry. That didn't work when there were some areas where you had no choice to probably
go fully submerge your feet.
Go almost up to your knees in water.
Waterproof boots don't help then.
Yeah, they don't help then. They were comfy for a little while, but the biggest problem for me is that then I got to camp and it was cold, and the only way to keep my feet warm was to be in my hammock.
Yeah.
So it was literally get to camp, go in your hammock, because the second I stop moving, my feet are gonna, start getting really, really cold. There's no way we could have hiked 10 miles.
Oh, absolutely
on Saturday.
not. No.
We were planning on doing 10 miles on Saturday, and there's absolutely no way.
The trails were literally an ice skating rink.
Yeah. So there's no way we would have had to change, where we were planning on going. It was legitimately dangerous.
Yeah, it was. It was very dangerous.
Yeah, and we didn't have micro spikes or anything, but all the trails were literally sheets of ice. So yeah, when you're not having fun, sometimes you just gotta pull the plug and then admit to the world this is what we did.
Yeah, and this is what we learned from it. And
yeah, I slept. My gear did great. I slept really warm. I had a 10-degree underquilt and a 20-degree top quilt. And now, granted, I had my puffy on. I had a Patagonia fleece on. I had two pairs of long johns.
All my clothes.
Yeah, I had 2 pairs of long johns on. I was warm. I was toasty. It's just I had no way of. It's either I was in the hammock or I had to be moving and hiking. Otherwise, I had no way to keep my feet warm. As long as I was moving, I was okay, but there was no in between. The second I put on my boots, I gotta go. So
that's it. Having said all that, though, Dolly Sods is still an awesome place, and it was beautiful. There was a beauty to that, being there in even though it was early November, it was winter conditions there.
Yeah.
So it was cool, and there were still a lot of people there.
Yeah, there were a lot of people there. And there was a lot of people at the trailhead who were trying to figure out if they were gonna
how to do that.
Yeah, if they were gonna. I noticed there was groups of backpackers standing around the cars talking how are we gonna do this?
Yeah.
And
people were literally getting pushed over from the wind, which was hilarious.
Yeah.
And then you throw that with the fact that you're on a sheet of ice. It was kind of amusing to see people trying to hike into that.
Yeah.
But it was just it was dangerous, and we
didn't have fun.
We didn't have fun. We had some gear issues, so that was it. But it was still cool doing a night in that situation, and we still, we learned a little bit, and it was great seeing Restless Outdoors and Goat, and Light AF was there too, so it was super fun in that regard.
Yeah.
But that's why it was only an overnighter. It wasn't 2 nights as planned. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully it was enjoyable watching us suffer a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of lessons learned, and we'll improve.